as an adult for the first time ever, slept through the entire church service this past Sunday?
What?
Well, you didn't tell me, but one of the folks you went to church with did, and they said you were a little more noisy than they needed you to be.
I was...
Do you need a CPAP machine, too?
I don't know what's happening to me. My sleep thing has caught up. I now... Anytime...
No, this is the guy who used to go with no sleep,
Yeah.
and I was the one that bogged everybody down because I needed a nap.
Yes. Now, anytime now that I settle, I'm gone. I mean, if I keep moving, I'm fine.
If I get still or full or ride in a car,
right,
and if it's the combination of the three, I'm really out.
Well, you remember we'd come off a run, and moving into the house, you just basically got everything done. A lot of times you couldn't get stuff done in the house till the kids were asleep. So Sherry and I would look, and it'd be 11:45, midnight, and I'd be going, I gotta go lay down. So this went on for multiple days, not just one time. So I got to Nashville, and I told you about, I went to sleep, and didn't know who I was, and thought I was in the war in Iraq and all that kind of stuff. And so I got up, and you saw me in that, and I didn't even look like myself. You know how when you sleep so hard your face changes?
Right.
And it don't even look like you.
You look like Ted Koppel reporting from Iraq. Have you seen him, by the way?
Yeah, somebody, is Koppel going to make it?
Does he use that much makeup, or is he just not faring well in the desert?
Folks, somebody do something. Koppel's dying on the air.
Yeah.
So anyway, so then we do the thing in Kids Fair, had a good time, got home, thought I got a pretty good night's sleep for church the next morning. So we get up, and Sherry and I always split up. I take part of the kids this way, different places, and we're dropping everybody off. And I'd drawn Taz, which means I was going to be the first one in church. So I drop him off, and I get in, I get up in the balcony, because, we're always running late, and I settle in the balcony. Well, Sherry never shows up. And I go, ooh, she got captured in worship care. And somebody's looking for me right now, and I'm not going to be found. I'm not going to get up and go look. They're going to have to come in here, disrupt the service, and get me out. I don't get to go to big church anymore ever, and I'm going to have some adult Bible time right now.
Yeah.
So I settle in, and I go, and we sing a little bit, and I'm fired up. Now I'm in the balcony. I weigh, 280 pounds. It's not like you don't see me, okay? So I'm
up. Does the balcony creak when you walk in?
And I've got a row to myself. Because it was the time change day, so a lot of people missed church because they didn't do their clocks.
Oh, no.
And if they had digital cable and it flipped on its time, they would have seen it. But so I'm sitting there, and I hear Danny say, no offense to our pastor, Danny Wood, but the verses he was preaching on, I had heard a number of sermons on, and I kind of had it dialed in. You know what I mean? I know that he probably was going to tell me something I didn't know about it. I don't mean to be pompous, but I had heard these particular scriptures preached on a couple of times.
Rick, I'd rather you say you were just tired as opposed to the sermon was boring.
No, that's not it. That's not it. But this is the point.
Don't say
you were good with that staying up late.
No,
that was good.
No, but listen, you're not listening to me. This is part of it, though. For a moment, I put down my notes, and I relaxed. Because I said, I can't wait to hear how Danny's going to present this, but I don't need to take notes, okay? And the next thing I know...
It was boring, Bubba.
Listen, no, it wasn't boring. The next thing, I did a couple of these.
You feel like you're falling?
Look, and then
how hard did your head jerk back?
And then a couple. Then you try to get it to rock to the side so it won't come forward. And then I go. Then there was some of these. and so I go.
You know he can see you too. That's what's so bad.
Because I'm 280, and he looks up. He's looking right at me. Okay, look, and I'm going. Oh, he's looking at me.
I should have had a mellow yellow.
Then you try something like, okay, you're here. You're in God's house.
You start getting mad at yourself. What are you doing?
Look, this is the kind of stuff that keeps you out of the fires of hell. You're like that. You're going, and then all of a sudden, I'm not making this up. Guess how I'm awakened the next time? The guy with the offering plate. Hey, buddy, you all right?
Yeah.
Look like this. Look, nudge. Like that, he said, you all right? Yeah, we just getting started. No, buddy, we're wrapping her up.
Yeah.
Till 1 o'clock.
Yeah, hey, about this, we're going time of decision. You know what I mean? And you got looked at me like, maybe you'd like to make a decision today. I said, I would decide to take a nap. I'm sorry, that's my big. So, hey, here I was at 280, up in the balcony, sprawled out. I think I almost went horizontal once. I think there was one point where I was in the pew, completely laid out,
doing a figure eight.
You know what I mean? Just top half of the body completely down.
Yeah.
I couldn't get my feet up, but I was all the way.
Rick, I always get on the end so you can lean.
Well, I was on the end, but I went the other way.
How about this? You will start trying to go, okay, when I doze off, I fall up. Okay, I'm on balance. Let me try. Okay,
Yeah,
right.
I'm good. I'm good.
Right there, I'm balanced. Oh, lean in balance again. Lean in balance. Let me get back over here. A little more. Oh, too far.
Yeah, and have you ever dreamed that you weren't asleep? The dream will fool you.
Yeah.
No, you're awake. You're good by the time, hey, and you come out of it.
And
I was gone.
And they're on the 3rd verse of Amazing Grace, and you go, oh my gosh.
How about when you're falling asleep and you know it, and you go, so I'm gonna fall asleep?
Yeah.
And, and you're trying to fight it and tell yourself, don't you dare do this.
And that's what I was doing. And quote from some of my church members were, they saw me and they said, quote, we tried to talk to Rick and he was incoherent. So now there's a room at the church. Burgess was drunk at church. I mean, because not only was I asleep, then I get up, people trying to talk to you, and you're going. And I mean,
y'all have the Lord's Supper this week?
Well, I thought it was grape juice. I don't know what it was.
Then you got that little wrinkle on your cheek where you...
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Your face has changed like you were a clay face and somebody messed with you a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm sorry about that. That's totally unacceptable.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.